Paris, chérie, mon beau Paris, say to...
Hello, and welcome to Paris Set Me Free, Paris Photo Tutorials. This is a classic reflection study. If you see what you're looking at, I'm showing you the final three that I ended up with to choose from. There they are. And if you look closely, you can see that it's a guy, well, a model, a mannequin, in a shop window. This big sunflower is also in the shop window, and he is competing for our attention with a lovely reflection of a typical Parisian building and street scene, with with buildings, with clouds. Now these aren't. We're not looking directly at the sky here. We're looking into the window, so you can see it was probably a sunny day. And what's happened? If you look at this bit here, you can see quite strong reflections. Now I could obviously have got rid of those by using a polarizing filter, but I didn't want to. I wanted the reflections. I wanted this to be half and half, so mixed that they're almost as though they're in the same scene. You know, it's also as though he's sitting on a bench somewhere with these buildings behind him. That's what I wanted. Where's the interest in taking a shot of a model in a window? Well, there could be an interest if he is as interesting enough, or doing something interesting or strange enough. But I certainly generally prefer to, when I'm taking shots in shop windows, to try and combine them with what's happening behind me, to give a feeling of context, a feeling of place. After all, if you take a picture of a model in a shop window, who knows where it is? Whereas here, you can see these buildings with the little grey bit at the top, which, if you know Paris, you'll know is typically Paris. Okay, given all that, I then had to decide which one to choose. So I had a few, and I reduced them down to these. Now, first of all, have a look at how strongly you can see the model, especially his head and his shirt, in relation to the background. Now you can see that in this one he's almost faded into the sky. There's more sky and he's much paler, which is nice, and also the angle is stronger, more pronounced. So that could definitely be an interesting photograph. You've got these nice strands of different types of light coming down, because for whatever reason, you know, maybe in the shop window there was a white panel here, and that's come through. The reflection has reflected differently with that behind it, which is, as I said, it's what I want. Look here, you can see that even more strongly, and down in the last one you can see it very strongly. And you need to know that if you play around with it afterwards, these sort of characteristics will become more pronounced. So even the sky might go really weird, which actually is what happened. So so you have to be aware of that and decide if that's what you want or not. So I had to decide a couple of things here. Which angle I preferred. Did I like this really strong angle, top left? Did I prefer... see, it goes... This is the strongest angle. This is almost vertical, the guy. And then there he is, almost absolutely vertical. Then I had to decide, do I want him to be really fading into the sky, like almost like some sort of ghost in the sky, or did I want him to be more solid, more real? And I went for this one. There it is. And as you can see, this one is the last one. So I've gone for, no, actually I think it's the second one. Hang on, let me just have a look. Yeah, it's this one here. So it's the one where he's slightly tilted, and I felt that gave a more dynamic angle, which was nice. And I liked the amount of sky. I liked the fact that the sky was rich, and that's the one I went for in the end. Now, going back to this, he's also more solid. Now you can see that with the processing that I've used to make it to bump it up a bit, you've got these facets here have really become pronounced. So there's actually this blue wedge of sky, and here it's white, and you've even got these kind of strange facets coming in. There's a kind of line across there. I don't really care, because it's a reflection. You can't really say you know, what it's going to be like, and secondly, you can't say what's right and wrong, because who knows why it's gone like that. Who knows what's behind here. I also very much like this. Look at the way that comes down like that. That little white bit. I don't know what it is. I could try and guess. It's probably maybe something behind him. But I really like that. It kind of goes nicely behind him. It's obviously, the building is extremely strongly reflected, which is great. So he's actually transparent. Normally the building would be transparent and he would be more solid. But what's happened is he's transparent, and you've got these great windows coming through his head. I really like that, which is really weird. And the building is almost rock solid. So he is almost transparent against the buildings, which is very strange and very nice. A couple more things that attracted me to this shot. Well, you had the very strong yellow of the flower, and the little touch of red there to complement that, and you've got a red traffic light. Okay, so we have red and yellow in varying forms, and I kind of liked his melancholy, you know, sort of whimsical, reflective, almost, did I say melancholy look? You know, he's kind of sitting there thinking, you know, why did I choose this job? You know, sitting here, looking out on this boring street. You know, God, when I could have done so many other things with my life. You know, there's only this stupid guy with pointing a camera at me, and he's probably laughing at me. And they planted this stupid blooming yellow flower in front of me. How much of an idiot do I look? So that kind of pleased me as well. You know, letting my imagination run free a bit. So that's the one I went with. Reflections, shop windows, but shop windows aren't enough. You've got to do something with the reflections there, otherwise you're missing something. You know, I'm not saying the shot won't be great, and sometimes yes, you can take a shot of a shop window where you put your polarizing filter on and you literally take a shot of the arrangement that someone's made. But you know, where's the real creativity in that? You're literally just making a record of somebody else's window arranging skills. Whereas here, you've added something and you've combined it. You've combined what someone has done in the window with the environment around, and that's what changes it from a record of somebody else's art into your own art. So there he is. Don't know what I'm going to call this one yet. We'll see. It had been quite a while since I'd taken a window reflection shot that I was pleased with. So keep your eyes open for those. There's a lot of potential in any big city, or even small ones, with, you know, people go to such efforts to make their windows great, and if you as the photographer can combine that with what's being reflected, or even someone in the window, you know, a hand, a sort of ghostly bodiless hand coming in to rearrange something, could be fun as well. All sorts of possibilities there. So that's it. Have a look at this in high quality on the blog at parissetmefree.blogspot.com. Do leave comments, let me know what you think, you know, and love to hear from you, and thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre, je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.